Till I'm lonely. Till I need my baby. Okay, let's see if this is working. Bowser, what are you doing?
See, this is working.
Oh, it's totally working. Bowser, what are you doing? What are you doing, you crazy old man? You don't rub your face on a laptop. You know, one day everyone's gonna see you on camera. Yeah, they're gonna see what a little maniac you are. Yeah, is that exciting? Don't get two shits, eh? Just rub me and shove, Dad. Okay, let's get just a chatting. Oh, it actually says Two Tired Dudes podcast. Wow. Wowzer Bowser. Okay, Bowsy for real, so you gotta chill out, okay, bud? Bud. Bud. Budster. Little Budster. I need you to just chill out right now for me, okay? Love you. Ooh, big chunky belly. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put you over here. Sorry. Apologies. Kindest regards. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. It is not the Bowser Show. It is the Mindful Pig Show. I'm just kidding. It's actually the Two Tired Dudes podcast. And on this episode, ooh, we're gonna get a little spooky. And by that, I mean this whole entire month, we are gonna pick podcast topics that are basically horror / gaming related. Bowser, you're killing this. You're killing me, bud. You're absolutely killing me right now. And this time around, I decided that I was going to focus on Pokemon. That's right, Pokemon. A child-friendly game that doesn't have such a very child-friendly creepypasta history. Along with some actual real-life Pokemon Go events that took place. But let's be honest, the creepypasta is the stuff you come here for, right? That's the stuff we love. That's what we live for in life. Before all that, though, we're going to be covering what I did the past week. And if someone else comes on, we're going to be covering what they did for the past week. First off, huge shout out, though, to Jimmy. Congratulations, Jimmy. Woo! You were the Gang Beast Master yesterday. Jimmy came through. We played way more than one game of Gang Beast because, let's just be honest, that game was freaking great. And we were counting way too many rounds as a practice round. But yeah, Jimmy came through multiple times in that 2-hour stream. I do apologize. I've gone back to it now just to kind of get some screenshots so that we can put Jimmy's character onto the trophy itself. But anyway, while I was doing the screenshots, I noticed that a lot of times my audio was kind of messing up. I'm not really sure what happened, if that's an Xbox issue, if that's a Mindful Pig is stupid, didn't set the stream up properly issue, or what the dealio was. But hopefully that won't ever happen again. This is like most of it you could hear me, but there was closer to the end is when I started to cut out a lot more. I do apologize for that, though. That might have been my bad because I was flicking my mic off and on constantly because for whatever reason, I don't know what it was. If it was, which Cheyenne thought it was, which she dropped, I don't know if it was oil or something into the element and it let off this certain smell. I thought it was her candles, but apparently the candles are fake. So it could have been that. But like I just had something really strong hit my nose. And the minute it hit my nose, it was just like Waterfall City. I could not stop. It was so bad because like obviously I wanted to talk because it was a stream, right? But every time I tried to talk, it felt like I was crying. And I really wasn't crying. I just was sneezing a lot. Like enough where the next day my nose was dry and raw. I was like, oh my god, this hurts. Okay, got the yawn out of our system. So yeah, congratulations again, Jimmy. I'm so happy you took part in this. Not so happy you won twice, but just kidding. You deserve those wins. I'm pretty sure I'm confident to say he was our Worms champion in the PlayStation event, and also now in the Gang Beast Xbox tournament. The next tournament, hopefully, if everything goes as planned, our wonderful 2-6 Yes Mano, however you want to refer to him as, is going to be deciding what our tournament will be. Because he has wanted to take place in both of the last two tournaments, but unfortunately, just wasn't able to get the game that we were suggesting at the time. So I threw the ball in his court, and hopefully he's going to pick a banger of a game to play, and we can continue this fun little trend of tournaments. Like I said, my goal is to have at least 4 of these a year. I think that'd be a great thing to go with. See, like if I didn't work full time, let me tell you, the ideas I have that I would love to do. One, I'd love to have a crappy movie night. Like, I don't care if it's once a week, once a month, once a year, whatever it is. I would just like to pick crappy movies and watch them with the Discord community. Like Alien 3000, like whatever the hell the Velociraptor priest movie was. Like I just want to watch crap, and I just want to like sit there with people and enjoy that crap. You know what I mean? Like I think that'd be freaking awesome. I also wanted to do a podcast review, but in shorts. I couldn't think of a zinger of a title to come up with. So if you guys think of some, fire it my way, please. I would love to hear it. I also wanted to do nostalgia, like TV shows, like I guess maybe like a podcast in a way. But basically sit down with a buddy and we both like rewatch a couple episodes, maybe it's like 5, 6, like a decent amount, right? And then give our reviews on the podcast, right? Like just say like, did this show hold up, 20, 30 years later? Was like I wanted to like focus like on the cartoons, like Gargoyles and Digimon and like all those like old ones. I know that was only 2 examples, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Like G.I. Joe. Like I just wanted to watch like those old ones that people get like so like hyped for. And like, is it really worth the hype? Is it really as good as we're making it seem? Like the 90s Spider-Man. If that one didn't hold up, I'd be shocked. But I would love to do like stuff like that, right? So yeah, Mindful Pig isn't a lazy bastard. He just doesn't have the time. He just doesn't have the time to execute all these ideas. And it sucks. And then the ideas I do have, they kind of get like, it's a long process sometimes. And it kills me. Okay, second yawn out of my system. But my ideas I want to do, the ideas that we are going to be doing, we have the award show that's officially launched. I put it into the Basement Gaming community. I don't think anybody really said anything yet, so you know what? I'm going to annoy these wonderful people and put it at everybody. We already did. Let's find out. Let's tournaments. Let's do some live soul searching right now. Past events. Basic Gaming Award Show. I did do add everyone. And we did get cool. Nice. Straight up cool. I'm never going to lie. When someone does cool or gives me the thumbs up emoji, I almost feel like it's equal to like, when your mom goes, "That's nice, dear." It's like, I was passionate about this. Just kidding. No, I know it's not meant that way, but I mean? It's just... It's funny. Cheyenne even said the same thing too. She's like, "Yeah, I kind of feel like that's how it is too." I was like, "Nah, it's not. We're just being overly sensitive." Okay, so anyway, yeah, no one said anything. That's awesome. I'll just bug them all later on. You'd say something, eh, Bowser? Yeah. Why is your heart racing so fast? What's wrong, buddy? Am I scaring you? God, you think I just like fucking did a line of sugar or something? I'm all over the place right now. But I didn't. Yeah, so we got the award show coming up. We also have, hopefully the next 2 weeks, I'll get that bucket of chicken. This would be the best paycheck to do it, but I also have to give out $40 to the viewers of the month because I got myself caught up again, which means this month will be the first time we are officially going to be caught up and able to say, like, October's viewer of the month in October is blah, 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 blah. So if you want to be a part of that, all you have to do is basically follow me on Twitch, be a part of my streams, one form or another, one part of another, and yeah, we go from there. You get a gift card, you get a thank you, you get a little shout out, you get a little praise on Discord. I know I've really slacked off with the YouTube and Twitter part. There's no good reason. There's really no good reason. Sometimes I just get overwhelmed. I just got so much going on. I just don't even know how to keep up. The pig's stressed most days. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Yeah. that's pretty much it. I think that's really it. I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to make a video of the Gang Beast tournament. I wish I made a video of the Worms one. I want to say I saved it in my Twitch archives, but I have to go look first to see if it's there. But I definitely need to start saving these tournament videos if I didn't save the Worms one. Gang Beast, I'll 110% make sure I have that done and ready for you guys. The other thing too is the podcast itself. Hopefully, because this will be really lame if I don't have the podcast episode within the month of October. Because I mean, hearing horror stories in the month of November will not be the same impact. So I'm really, really hoping that I'm able to get these all done and completed during this month. Hello, Tommy. Hello, Marie. Actually, I don't know if I should say hello to Marie anymore. She went for me, guys. I'm gonna be honest, okay? I saw it. Her Gang Beast character just went right down towards the pig. She had a deep hatred for the pig. Just kidding. It was a great time yesterday. I had a blast with you guys. That's right. Yeah, Charles, whatever his name was. Oh, on Gems of War, you gifted Zelda. I thought you just gave her 250 biddies. I was like, wow, Tommy. I mean, still, 250 gems of Gems of War is pretty goddamn decent. How's that going for you, Tommy? You and your guild doing good? Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, so we did Gang Beast yesterday. That was a result of all that. Shit, I know I played Friday. Oh, I played Far Cry 4 on Friday. It was Far Cry, you know. I haven't played this game for a long time. You know what I mean? After repeating this every single week, there's not much more I can say about Far Cry 4 other than it's a goddamn great game. And if you haven't played it yet, fucking play it. Like, you know, what's wrong with you? It's a great time. The bad guys like, how do I say this? Far Cry 3, it was all about Voss. Like, you know what I mean? That was the excitement, that was the build up. Far Cry 4, Pei Ming is like, he's neat, he's cool, you know what I mean? He's edgy, but he just doesn't have a real impact on the story. You know, like, you kind of just hear him through all the radio prompts, but you never actually, like, get a lot of cinema scenes with them, which is kind of what I missed. I liked in Far Cry 3 how multiple times through that game, right, you came into contact with Voss. Like, he captured you about 3 times that I can remember. And there was always like a really cool dialogue between the two of you guys, right? They really built up that atmosphere, which is why it sucks. Spoiler alert, when you get to the end of Far Cry 3 and you find out that Voss is just a puppet for another guy. Like, fuck the other guy. I don't care about him. I want Voss. So yeah, that was disappointing. But anyways, Far Cry 4 is still a great time. As far as like open world environments go, I think it gives you everything you could possibly want in the game. And again, more games need to do this where they literally show you where every collectible is. I am more like, you know, willing to search for a collectible when you pinpoint it on a map, as opposed to, you know, hey, here's 100 feathers. Fuck you. Find them. You know? No, fuck you, game. Or those Riddler trophies. So many of those I just gave up on. I'm like, I'm stupid. I can't figure this out. You like puppet? I don't like puppets. Puppets terrify me. Dead Silence was a terrible movie for me to watch. There was a Night of the Living Dummy. Worst childhood experience. One day I'll tell you guys about my elf story and my evil little cousin. Well, she wasn't evil. I mean, she was evil, sorry. She wasn't little. That was the issue. She was older. She was older and conniving. Yeah, okay, what else did we end up playing? I played a lot. Actually, you know what? No. Scratch the whole, like, ums and blah. I played a lot. A lot this weekend. Elf on the Shelf, I don't mind it. But I don't know what it is, Tommy. Like 100% serious. All joking aside, puppets scare the shit out of me. I don't know what it is. I believe in that shit coming to life. I believe that, you know, even though they're puppet, I could totally like punt them across the room. I would be too scared to do that. I'd be the guy that gets stabbed by a puppet. You know what I mean? Like it's creepy. It's just creepy how they move, how they talk, everything. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's right up there with bugs. A bug could pull a knife on me and kill me. You know what I mean? But yeah, back to gaming. So I ended up playing. Jimmy's gonna laugh so hard at this because I don't know why. Now, ever since that day, I butchered the word Yukaza because I have to say it like that in order to make sure I'm saying it right. Because I kept saying Yukazu or whatever the hell I was trying to say that day. He literally for like a good 10 minutes was trying to like sound it out with me. I was like, I just can't say it today, Jimmy. I'm sorry. But yeah, Yukaza. I played Zero, and it is fantastic. Um, Jimmy and I are trying really hard to hold back our opinions on that game. His is like 100% positive. Okay, he might have like little bits here and there, but his is 100% positive. Mine is like 90% positive, and my one big gripe I think is the same that almost anyone would have playing that game. But I do want to save that because he does want to do a podcast episode with me. So basically, all I'm going to say about it is this is the definition of a Sega game. It is by far a masterpiece for Sega. Okay? Not like an amazing game that everyone's going to love, but if you like Sega, if you like the direction Sega does in their games, if you're not familiar, right, they're very big into the arcade style, right? Everything is like eccentric, over the top. Story and like interactions. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tommy. But yeah, like their how do you say it? Their conflicts are just so intense. You know what I mean? Like ridiculously over intense, but it's so good. It's like it's cheesy, but it's cheesy good. You know what I mean? And yeah, like those games just live Sega's image and just everything that makes Sega great. Like I can't praise that game enough. And like I said, my 10% that's negative, I think will be a fair point for anyone who maybe didn't want to give that series a chance. I think it's a very fair statement, but in the same breath, Jimmy gave me a good counter for mine. And yeah, I want to leave that for that podcast episode. And I think you guys, hopefully at the end of it all, you'll want to play that game or try that series out. That's our main goal in every one of those podcast episodes, right? We're just basically shouting out games that we think everyone should give a shot. And this is definitely a game where you should, if you get the ability to buy it, play it for free, whatever the case is, do it. Please, for the love of God, do it. It's on Game Pass. There's multiple entries at this point you can play on Game Pass. It's worth an effort. I only played like, I don't know, 4 hours of it, and I'm already on Act 2. So like, it's not like it's going to be a very time-consuming game. It's quick. It's you can get through the story relatively fast. The world itself is really good, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit to get to that part. But yeah, the rest. Sega, good old, yeah, the good old days of Sega. Actually, oh, did you, Tommy? Nice. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Like I said, I have a strong opinion on one part of it, and I'm interested to see. I'm not going to stop. Like, obviously, for the month of October, I have to stop, but I do plan to play a good majority of those after October comes to an end. Damn, my freaking Slurpee. Okay, biggest complaint about paper straws is these goddamn Slurpees. They get like frozen on like wherever the middle part is to the straw, and like I can't suck out shit now. Mindful does not have powerful sucking skills. Let's just put it that way. You could take that as you will. Okay, so I had to play that. I think Juggernaut kind of killed me when I was talking about this one. But I did play some more fishing. Um, I played The Angler. That's what it was called. Sorry. It is cross-platform, so you can play it on, I believe it's PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. I don't know about Switch. But again, if you like fishing games, if you just like the fishing mini games, in games, game. Um, this is definitely something you want to try out. It's I'm not gonna say the graphics are overly impressive because they're not. It's decent water graphics. It's decent character models, and the environment looks relatively nice. Um, but it's just the basic, I guess, mechanics they add to it. So, for example, the more you catch with your fishing rod levels up. Your lures, sorry, the more of them you use, right, they start to level up. There's like a lot of little leveling up mechanics, and as they level up, from what I understand, I haven't dug too deep into it, right, but I believe I'm supposed to get additional fishing rod, or my lures get a little bit better, and I might acquire larger fish of certain species, right? So for example, let's say the bluegill, I can only catch that if I use fish eggs. So if I might get like a 5 pounder, and then the fish eggs level up to level 1, and now I can get like a 6 pounder, and so forth, right? So I like that. I think that's a really cool mechanic. And because of that, it gets me into it. Resident Evil 4 is fishing. Nice. Yeah, I need to fish, period, on Genshin Impact. I didn't even realize there was fishing in that game. Like, I think I did, but it's just been so long, I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, that was a great game. Battlefield 5. Battlefield Chef's Kiss number 5. Um, I don't know what it was. I was talking to Ricky and Peaswad about it, and I know Ricky's gonna hear this podcast and go, dude, come on, man, Battlefield 5, that's a piece of shit. But like, I like it. I haven't played the other ones enough, I guess, yet to really get a solid opinion on them. But I'm super happy that Peaswad got me into Battlefield 5. I don't, okay, but I don't like first-person shooter games because I suck at them. I'll play them and I'll have a good time with you guys, but most of the time I'm just like, I'm not willing to play it solo. Apex has started to become an exception. I am digging Apex a little bit more, but the Battlefield 5, I don't know what it is. I like that whole concept they have. Like, run to checkpoint A, capture it, go to B, capture it, right? Your team's trying to take it over. You got your 4 like specialists that you could pick from. I like to play as the healer because honestly it's just really easy. I like just running into the battlefield, reviving someone, throwing out health packs like no tomorrow. It makes me feel useful, because I'm not really good at the shooty bang bang. But the healing, buddy, I could throw you band-aids all day long. You play Battlefield 1? Yeah, Battlefield 1. I have to try that one still. I know, okay, I have 1, 4, and 3, I think, as physical copies. I just gotta dabble into them a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, I like it. I find that I'm getting a little bit better now with my aiming and my shooty bang bang and line up the headshots, so that's always good. I don't really know what else to praise about it because, like, it's a multiplayer game, right? Like, it's what you expect it to be, but it's a good time. And even more impressive, I actually got Cheyenne into it now. Now, mind you, she gets a little bit of gamer rage when she plays it. And again, like, it is frustrating when you first start playing, right? Any FPS, because you're basically getting shot like no tomorrow. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, right? Like, you usually drop dead more times than you get to play the game itself. But she's holding her own, and I think she's doing a good job. I told her, just keep trying. Eventually you start to get into a rhythm. You start to understand things. I think the biggest mistake everybody makes, and yeah, what? Everybody in the world's probably made this mistake at one point in their life playing a multiplayer game, is you try to be Rambo. You know what I mean? You try to go in there. You're like, I got this. I don't need nobody else. This team's going to be begging for me to play with them every time because I'm going to hold them up. And truth be told, no, you're not. You're going to die. You're going to die so many times that you're going to wish you just stayed in the squad. As hard as it is, as bad as your anxiety might get, or whatever the case is that you have, just stay with the squad. It's always better in the long run. We got a delicious Coke Slurpee today. Shout out to 7-Eleven. sponsor me anytime you want. I will totally accept Slurpees as payment. Go down with my diabetes. Yeah, so what else did we play? We did some more Skyrim, which hurts my heart. It was a really, really tough decision. I was like, do I continue playing Skyrim during the month of October, or do I make my YouTube streams in the same principle as I'm doing my Twitch streams? And I just decided, for the sake of Halloween, because a lot of people like it, I'm gonna stick with I'm going to go ahead with Halloween related games, so horror games, on the YouTube stream. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but that was what I was trying to get at. And as you already know, and popped up in my chat just now, all this month I will just be playing horror games on stream. Off stream, I was debating. I was really debating, guys. I will personally play horror games off stream as well, but the times that Cheyenne wants to play with me, I will switch it up, because I know, she's getting into Battlefield 5, and I don't want to ruin that for her. I want her to play the games she enjoys playing. She loves golf, right? So that's going to be one for sure, too. Yeah, but I just, like I say with my mom, right? If my mom wanted to play certain games, I would play those with her, because there's just, some people are getting into gaming, right? And they're just kind of finding what games that they're enjoying, and you don't want to ruin that experience for them. And 30 days is a long time to say, no, I'm not going to play this with you. So yeah, so in the rare circumstances that Cheyenne or my mom or whoever it is, right, wants to play a certain game with me, I will play those off stream. But on stream or on YouTube, whatever case I'm streaming on, I'll make sure it is only horror related games. So Tommy is right. We're going to be doing a lot of Resident Evil. That's basically our game plan. I own Resident Evil 4. I now have the Xbox working a little bit better, so we can play Resident Evil 7 again. I can even look on Game Pass and see what other kind of Resident Evil games are on there. I know my gaming store, PMP, has Resident Evil 0 and 1 available for, I think, $24, so we're definitely going to be buying that one on Friday. And yeah, we're basically just going to do a big month of Resident Evil. But as Tommy's aware, and anyone else who hasn't been here before, by all means, you're more than welcome to shout out games you want me to play. If you think, yeah, Mindful's going to poop his pants playing this, go right ahead. Just suggest to me. I will try it out. I can even, so I can venture as far as, obviously, PlayStation, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and some 360 games will work. I can do most of those, right? If it's on Game Pass, it's an automatic yes to you. If it's a game I have to buy, bear with me. But I'm going to go as far as even the Chromebook. If there is a mobile game that is scary and you think I should play it, I will try my best to see if the Chromebook can handle it. If it can, I'll play that one for you as well, too. And we could do that on the Wednesday streams, or I could just do it as a random stream just for the heck of it, right? That's the beauty with not having a sub goal this month, is I can go back to streaming on either platform at this point, YouTube or Twitch. Dead by Daylight? Oh, heck yeah, buddy. Dead by Daylight's automatic yes, always. That could definitely be a community day game again. Okay, yawn number 3. I was really debating that too, like how I'm going to run community day. So easy one, you're right, Tommy, is Dead by Daylight. I have 4 weeks in this month, so we do need 4 different community day games, depending where October ends at. I don't know if the 31st ends on a Monday or during a Monday week. Let's take a peek here before I say that. How many actual community day streams will I have left? Let's take a peek. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there's 4 weeks in total that I can do Halloween stream, Halloween community days. So I'm trying to think. There's that Texas Chainsaw game. That one came out. I know, Tommy, you've also shouted out in the past the Friday 13th game. So I could try that one. So yeah, hopefully we can come up with some good ideas for some fun community night games that are multiplayer but horror related. Resident Evil games like PlayStation 1 ones, hopefully you can get. Uh, I think it is. Like, it's not going to be PlayStation 1, you know what I mean? It's going to be on the PlayStation 4 that I played it, but I don't think the remasters changed too much from what Jimmy's told me. They kind of like skipped those ones apparently, and they went right to 2 for the remaster. But I mean, there's not Evil Dead. Why do I want to say that? Fudge Man. I can't remember the name of that game now. The Evil Within. The Evil Within. There's that one, right? We have Prey. I played that one last year. Actually, speaking of games I tried, I did play a little more State of Decay. I started playing that one again to get a feel of it. Oh shit! Yeah, Tommy, thank you for reminding me. Evil Dead. That's another multiplayer game I could play as well. I forgot that was another one. I thought it was Friday the 13th that you played. Maybe it was Evil Dead. I think you mentioned. Oh, you do play Friday. Okay, so there is. Okay, so there's a lot then. Damn, I could literally. Okay, so I could do Dead by Daylight one week. I could do Evil Dead the next. I could do Friday the 13th the next one after that, and then I could end it off with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's pretty sweet. That's awesome. There's actually 4 different games. All right, boom. Tommy just decided our community nights for the next 4 weeks. Thank you, Tommy. Um, I played a little bit of that. So I mean, I only play like an hour, so I don't want to give like an honest opinion of it yet. State of Decay's always been a game that's kind of interested me. Um, but I just haven't played enough yet to really give you that honest opinion. I really hope I can get my hands on Dead Island 2, because that would be a fantastic game for me to play. Most people know I love the Dead Island series. I love it way more than Dying Light, but I will give Dying Light another go. It is October again, so I'm willing to play it. I am hoping I am hoping that at one point I could play a little more Agony. Absolutely love that game. If you've never played that game, please, for the love of God, pick it up. It is fantastic. It is such a creepy hell game. Like, you are literally in hell, and it is just fucked up shit happening all the time. But it's so cool. It's creepy because you're forced to, basically walk through hell, and you're trying to find that pathway out of there. I can't remember what the term they use. It's not Satan, but I think it's like the Blood Mother or something that's kind of leading you. But there's just a lot of scary ass shit in that game, and it's fun. It creeps me up, but it's fun. I also want to try Alien Isolation again. I feel like now that I've had a better year of gaming, I ventured out of the RPG realm, and I really tried different games this past year, from roguelites to Dark Souls to puzzle games. Like, I've really, as sad as it's gonna sound, not playing Gems of War has forced me to try out a lot of different games. And not a bad thing at all, Gems of War, to be clear. Like, I think the game is fantastic. I love it. The community was great. But like I said before, I just found myself really clutching onto that game and not expanding my horizons, we're going to call it, for other games. And now that I have that freedom, I pulled myself away from that. I've played a lot, and I'm liking it. I'm really liking it a lot. So hopefully get into that one as well. I would love to play the new Alan Wake too. You know what, hell, I would love to finish Alan Wake, the first one. I can't believe we never actually wrapped that story up. And now I can actually replay it on the Xbox and finish that very last mission and just see the conclusion finally after all this time. I think at this point we kind of wrapped up all the Telltale games for The Walking Dead. This will be my 3rd year doing horror only in October, and yeah, there's not much more left to play, which is a shame because I really like The Walking Dead. It was a really good series for Telltale. I definitely enjoyed my time with that game. Um, On the Switch, I have Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Actually, I have the Amnesia collection, so I'll probably play that in my downtime as well too. Like I said, I'm hoping to come on this podcast every week and just have a lot of different games I tried out. And ultimately, like I told Tommy, definitely want to beat a Resident Evil game. I can't go this month without beating at least one of those Resident Evil games. So hopefully, between Tommy and Jimmy, they can help me navigate through this. Sorry, guys, I'm going to warn you in advance. I'm going to be hitting you up with messages or whatever to get a hold of you guys and asking you a lot of questions. And when you're on the stream, I'm sorry if I bother you guys a lot. But yeah, I definitely know I need help because playing Resident Evil 7 last year, like I said, I was struggling. I was really struggling trying to navigate myself through that game. I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I just have like the dumbest brain in the world, I guess is the best way to say it. Like I know the puzzle is solvable, but I can't figure it out. I don't know why is it. I could play puzzle games, but like when it comes to like those kind of puzzles, like just navigating where you have to go, and adding on that little bit of a horror atmosphere, right? Like can't kill this bad guy, he can capture you. I panic and I freak out, and yeah, it all falls apart. I also want to play Slender Man. I'd like to play that one again. Thanks, Tommy. I appreciate it, buddy. You're such a sweet guy all the time. Oh lordy. Emily wants to play. I want to get back into that game too. Definitely not going to beat them, but it's always fun to play them. What's that pizza one called now? Freddy? Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I want to go to that one. Okay, I know they had like a multiplayer game for that one too. I just don't know if I can get my hands on it. That's the question. I don't know if it was on Xbox, if it was on PlayStation, if it was just on PC. I don't really know where that one was available, but I would like to try that out just to see what it's like. I guess there's Hello Neighbor. It's kind of creepy, maybe not exactly horror. I do own that game. Would be nice to get farther than the first act. Yeah, just kind of looking at my collection over on the side there. I think that's most of the games. I mean, there's gonna be a few others I probably have. Yeah, basically, I'm just excited. Excited to play them and excited to just be over the top, coward while playing them for you guys. Oh, and Layers of Fear, finding out from the Juggernaut that there's a remaster of that. I would love to see how it looks in new graphics. Oh, and speaking of the Juggernaut, I got Until Dawn, so I get to try that game out finally. Oh, I'm just pumped, baby. Pumped and scared at the same time. Yeah. Trying to think, is there any other games I played? Oh, I played what was it, Pokemon Union? Oh god, what do they call it now on the Switch? It's like that Pokemon Unite. I finally got to play that game. It's pretty damn fun. Pretty I don't know if it's easy at the moment because I'm in a low rank. But yeah, I found it was kind of easy. I was Charizard. I picked that as my main character to go with. Yeah, I was just, I don't know. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was really neat, Same idea as, I guess, Dota 2 or what is it, League of Legends or Smite. That's the other one I'm trying to think of. You're going to the other person's base area, right? You're either wiping out the other computer characters or other players itself. And yeah, you're just trying to dominate the other person, basically. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. It is a neat game. The leveling up, the evolutions that happen. Because you start off, let's say, as Charmander, right? But as you're battling, you get to level up. So you go to Charmeleon. You get new abilities that you get to switch in and out. I think you have about 3 different attacks that you can do, so you can swap those ones out. And then, yeah, you eventually level up to Charizard, right? And you get to do, other abilities. It was really neat. It was a really, like I said, fun experience. I liked it. I'm definitely gonna play a lot more on the Switch. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not much more I can say about that one. It's just it was a good time. It was a really good multiplayer game for Pokemon. Um, Funny enough, we're talking about Pokemon and the Pokemon catch that Tommy just threw out because today's topic is going to be all the creepy stories I could find about Pokemon. And by all, I mean 2 stories and a bunch of Pokemon Go stories. um, so we'll be diving into that really soon. I'm just sorry, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head if there's any other games I didn't get to shout out. And I totally feel you, Marie. I gotta be careful because if I say his name one more time, we all know the direction the stream is gonna take. We're not gonna hear any stories today. So I'm gonna zip the lip on Mr. D. That's what he'll be referred to as. And we'll just hope that we don't get derailed this time. um, Shit, I know I played a lot of games. I just played a lot of the Yakuza. Yeah, that's all I really was doing. It felt like a lot more, but maybe that is what I played. Yeah, because last week I talked about Sunset Overdrive. Um, if you didn't get to hear that conversation, basically, amazing game. Like I regret so much not playing that game sooner. Um, it's wacky, it's fun, it is totally like Jet Grind Radio. If you ever played that game, you're basically shooting aliens or monsters, whatever they're supposed to. No, they're monsters. Yeah, because what happened is they drank this energy drink and humans did. Sorry, and they evolved into these hideous monsters because of it. Um, and yeah, your adventure begins from that scenario. It's just wacky. But yeah, you can basically like skate on everything, like poles, curbs, rooftops, buses, whatever the case is, right? So as you're skating around the area, you're trying to fire at the monsters and kill them, and the reason why you want to grind and shoot, not only because it's like fast way to move around the map, but also gives you these style points. And every area gets kind of like a certain score. So, if you have 10,000 style points, you get a special rating based on that. But yeah, it's really cool. Like it's a really cool game. I enjoyed it very much. I'm actually glad you brought that one up, Tommy, because that is one of the stories that we're going to talk about today. And I hope you are going to enjoy my Pokemon Go stories I have for you. So everything I'm going to tell you from Pokemon Go is true. The 2 other Pokemon stories I'm going to let you know about are just creepypastas, basically. So yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. So let's get into the fun part. If you don't mind, I'm just going to quickly switch over to my internet so that I can grab those stories for you guys. And Tommy, since you brought it up, I think it would be the best to start with the Lavender Town syndrome. So if you give me just a couple of minutes here, guys, I will quickly get that ready for you. Okay, so I'm going to dive into the story that's on the phone here, right? As always, when I make this video, I will post exactly where I was reading it, and you guys can kind of follow along screenshots. But for now, you get my terrible voice and my terrible pronunciations on it things. So, long story short, back in the day, Pokemon Red and Blue came out, and there was an area referred to as Lavender Town. And the idea behind it was, like Tommy was hinting at, is there was a certain musical melody that happened in this town, and apparently it would cause kids to either kill themselves or kill others. So here's a little bit more about the story. So Lavender Town is a fictional village in the 1996 video game Pokemon Red and Blue. Stylized as a haunted location, Lavender Town is home to the Pokemon Tower, a burial ground for deceased Pokemon and a location to find the ghost-type Pokemon. The background music of Lavender Town is renowned for adding the town's creepy atmosphere, and in 2010s, it gave rise to Lavender Town Syndrome, Creepypasta, a fictional story about hundreds of Japanese children committing suicide after listening to the track. So, how this origin came to be is in the early 2010s, an urban legend claimed that hundreds of Japanese children have committed suicide in 1990s as a result of the music in the game. Speculate, speculating, speculating that the high-pitched tones and beats caused headaches and erratic behavior that led to their deaths. A fabricated illness was dubbed Lavender Town Syndrome, as well as Lavender Town Toad, Lavender Town Conspiracy, and Lavender Town Suicides. But more, it's more known as the syndrome. Its origin story went viral after creepypasta version of the story was spread on websites such as 4chan. Various people have added details to make the story more convincing over time, such as photoshopping images of ghosts and Pokemon Unknown, spelling out the message of "Leave Now" into the spectrum outputs of Lavender Town music. Certain versions, claim that the game's director wanted the tone of the game to annoy children instead of causing harm, while others claim Nintendo was in collaboration with the Japanese government. Um, Jesse of The Gamer described the story as one of the creepiest and most famous creepypastas in online fiction, which is true. It was a big thing. Like I remember, like in the schoolyard, this stuff was talked about. It was crazy, crazy. Um, Comes from corrupting such an innocent symbol of childhood. Um, Another person believes that the reason why Lavender Town's creepypasta is so effective is that the theme tune is generally creepy. And if you never heard of it, definitely give it a listen. Like just type in Lavender Town melody. Um, it was completely different from any other town. Like you know what I mean? It did have that like weird atmosphere. I agree with them. It was in the best setting possible because up until that point, I mean, yeah, even when you watch the TV shows, right, it wasn't really emphasized that Pokemon could die. It was more like they fainted. You go to the Pokemon Center, happy days, everything's fine, and then you get to this town and you finally realize that no, like Pokemon can actually die like humans can, and they leave behind a ghost and etc etc. So yeah, I totally get why that creepypasta just kind of exploded on the scene. um like I said, there's hundreds of the classic a friend of mine said this happened to them. This one here didn't really mention it too much, but I know I've watched videos in the past about it, and there's even like scenarios where parents have listened to Lavender Town or played the game, right, to see why their kids were acting a certain way. And so we know that kids commit suicide, and parents apparently were a little more extreme to the point where they were ripping their eyes out. Like I like that. Yeah, these stories got fucking dark. Let me tell you. But it was cool. Like it's a good campsite story. That's basically what these are, right? These are the stories that you say around the campfire. Online version nowadays, of course, is creepypastas. Yeah, it's just a really good story. Did they? Did they actually like go back to Lavender Town? Okay, the farthest I went, Tommy, was Pokemon Silver. So I know in Pokemon Silver you could go back to the original game, right? Like after you beat Silver's, area, whatever location you want to call them. I can't remember the actual like names of the provinces or refer to them as countries, islands, whatever they were. But I do know, yeah, once you beat the main quest in Silver, then you got to see like where your old Pokemon Blue and Red journey was, and you get to go back and do all those badges as well. So I can't remember. Damn, it's been so long. I can't remember what Lavender Town would have sounded like. Oh, it does say on here, yeah. Okay, so you can visit Lavender Town in red, green, blue, yellow, gold, silver, and crystal. Wow. Damn. Okay. Cool. That's really interesting. Oh, what? Okay, yeah, because there's a if you don't know, right, when you go into Lavender Town, the main idea was that you are trying to find Marowak, so Cubones of all form. You're trying to like solve the mystery of why that spirit's upset. And I just noticed on here it says the story is expanded in the remake of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Lavender Town is the player's first encounter with the concept of Pokemon dying. It's one that, oh, here it is, the Kanto region. That's what you call it. Okay, so Pokemon Red and Blue takes place in the Kanto region. Okay, that's interesting. Um, yeah, the mother's dead. Yes, thank you, Tommy. Pokemon Tower was replaced by the what? Pokemon Tower was replaced by the Kanto Radio Tower in Pokemon Gold and Silver. Oh, Lavender Town is home to the Name Raider, which allows players to change. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. You could go to this one person's house, right, and he would like rate your Pokemon's nickname if it was good or bad, and then he gave you the opportunity to change that Pokemon. And it was home for a care home. Yeah. So anyway, that's sorry. Going on a Pokemon tangent here. So that is the Lavender Town mystery, and basically what happened in Lavender Town. Um, the other one's not as exciting, but for those who played Pokemon X and Y, I have not, but I thought this one was really cool. I've heard this story a few times now. Basically, you're going to go to what is it? How do you say this now? Lu- Louise City. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I'm butchering the shit out of it. Basically, it's the first city you come in contact with. It's the very first part of the game, and you're going to go into this building that has 3 different floors. Once you reach the third floor and you come out, this ghost girl will appear, and basically she just screen flickers, right? The lights flash. Um, by the way, this is on the 3DS, so a little more advanced, right, than the old red and blue version. So they really utilize that hardware. So yeah, the lights are flickering on and off, right? Music just drops, like it's just dead silence. Um, and then this girl just slowly appears, creeping towards you. When she reaches you, she basically just says, "You're not the one," and then disappears. So people have looked into this, right? They're trying to figure out like what is the mystery behind this girl? Who is she looking for? Some people thought you needed a special like trainer ID number for her to activate things. Some people thought that by solving the mystery you get a special legendary ghost Pokemon that was never announced, right? Um, all kinds of crazy theories, right? And I know a few articles I was reading said that they did talk to different producers of the game, and they played very coy to what that was. One I found actually went as so far as to look at the Japanese website, which apparently for that game showed the Ghost Girl as part of the advertisement. So obviously, Japan, she had a huge impact, right, on the story. Again, when they translated it, right, still didn't really solve the mystery. Not 100% sure, like what she's doing in the game. I mean, at the end of the day, it could just be an Easter egg. You know what I mean? It could have just been something in the game to prank players. But just like the stories I told you guys before about Grand Theft Auto and all those crazy Easter eggs, or whatever you want to refer to them as. This is like just locked in as a mystery. No one still knows as to why this girl appears, who she's looking for, and if she did find the person that she was looking for, what would happen. One of them I did read was kind of interesting about this, though. Apparently, there is a gentleman you could come in contact with before you reach that village. And again, I didn't see anyone who played the game this particular way, but there's a theory that if you do it this way, you might not actually encounter the ghost girl, or her dialogue might change. So basically, he comes in contact with you, and he asks if you'd like to hear a creepy story, or if you're willing to give him $1 for this what you call it, for this story he's going to tell you. And most people just say, nah, skip it, forget it. And when you're done, when you say like nah, um, basically he gives you the warning of like, like, oh, something terrible is gonna happen to you or something scary is gonna happen to you next. And then sure enough, you find this building, you go into it, the ghost girl appears. But those who were willing to listen and give him the bribe, the tip, whatever you would refer to it as, the money, um, just straight up nah. um, I I didn't see anyone really post that they didn't. Sorry, that they did listen to the gentleman. So the theory is, yeah, if you did listen to him, you did give him the money, you did hear the scary story, that either one, you might get a little more origin to the ghost girl, or two, her dialogue might change. But again, this is just a lot of fan theories, right? I mean, they literally could not be related at all. Don't know, right? Yeah, so that's the mystery of the X and Y Ghost Girl. There's a whole bunch of other ones that I saw that were just hilarious. There is the black cartridge. I mean, I say hilarious, right? Because they're funny, but they're creepy, right? They're supposed to be scary. So there's the black cartridge. If you guys want to see that one as well. So apparently there is a black cartridge Pokemon floating out there, and if you get it and you put it into your Game Boy, you might become a killer. It might convert you. Um, there's also the one to do with silver. Same idea. If you get this special, like, I mean, there was Pokemon Silver, right? But there's a special silver cartridge, and then if you happen to get it, you might become haunted from a particular save file that's on there. So yeah, so those are the creepypasta ones. I said the X and Y one is actually somewhat true, so I thought that was kind of interesting because there is that girl in the game. There is that mystery as to why she's in there. And let's be honest, Lavender Town is probably the most famous creepypasta for Pokemon, and one that yeah, it continues to grow from 2010 till now. That story just keeps growing. Like it is the pasta that just never stops, pouring out. Okay, sorry, I just need a quick little sip to wet the whistle. Okay, now for some cool real life stories. So, not exactly scary ones, but just some horror side to Pokemon Go. Sorry, Tommy, you said there. Pokemon EXE. If you play it if you play it, you become pasta of the creepy kinds. You become the scariest of the pastas. Okay, so yeah, I have a whole bunch of different like random Pokemon Go stories. Hopefully, Tommy, maybe you've heard of some of these, or even if you know some, by all means, shout them out and I'll read them out to you. I know you love Pokemon Go, so I figured this would be right up your alley. So I tried to find a bunch of them to tell you. So I'm glad you're here today. So the first one I got here for you is Pokemon Go player crashes into cop car. It should go without saying. What's that? Oh, thanks for the cheese, man. Oh, it's fucking big clunk of cheese. I love it. Sorry. Pokemon Go player crashes into cop car. Okay. It should go without saying that driving and playing Pokemon Go is a disastrous combination. But this logic didn't hit home with everyone. A man from Baltimore was zooming down the street in his car and accidentally crashed into a parked cop car. Apparently, it was because he was too busy staring down at the game on his phone, Pokemon Go, which he admitted quickly to the cops standing nearby. Unfortunately, he was also caught on camera. um, oh, no worries, Thomas. And if you didn't know one, by all means, feel free to shout it out. So next one I got here for you is woman gets stuck in tree while searching for Pokemon in a cemetery. A woman from New Jersey was reportedly playing Pokemon Go in a cemetery and somehow ended up stuck in a tree there. Unable to get back down, she had to phone 911 to come and rescue her. Let's just hope she's caught whenever Pokemon was hiding up there. Totally worth it. This one. Okay, this one blows my mind. Two guys fall off a cliff while playing Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go can be incredibly engrossing, especially for two guys from California. The two were so distracted while playing the game, they fell off a cliff of 75 to 100 feet. Both of them received injuries from their rough falls. but actually, like, we're fine. Like, they didn't die. How do you not die from that? Shit. Um, it's funny too because they do a little side note on here. Um, and apparently, the editor for this website also had a similar scenario. He ended up falling down a hill trying to catch a Magikarp. A freaking Magikarp, y'all. The two above are alone in this misfortune. Our editor, Brian Shee, took the tumble while he was out looking for Pokemon as well. Unknowing to him, he was heading for a hill, but his eye was glued to his phone screen. He attempted to capture Magikarp, and according to him, he succeeded, and he took a hard fall downwards. Um, Man mistakes teen for burglars and shoots them. A man from Florida was awakened in his home following a large noise. He grabbed his handgun to go outside and investigate. He found a couple of teenagers sitting in a car outside his home in the middle of the night and suspected they were scoping out the area and to find a home to rob. He approached the front of the vehicle and pointed his handgun at them, demanding they don't move a muscle. The two sped off in response, and he shot at the car as they did so. Luckily, no one was injured. Hopefully, it was a shiny Magikarp. Nope, just a basic Magikarp. But, like, what an ass, though. Like, you know what I mean? These kids are in their car, not bothering anybody, right? Like, I get it. You think they're up to something. But to actually, like, shoot your gun at them with them doing nothing, like, I don't know. This goes back to that gun debate we had in Discord. Oh yeah, this was a good one too. Teens get stuck 100 feet underground in caves. Exactly, right, Marie? Damn kids, I'm gonna take them all out. um, Teens get stuck 100 feet underground in caves. A group of teenagers made the decision to enter some mines in search of Pokemon in England. Damn England. BBC reports that underground journey went sour when the four boys realized that they were trapped inside. They called for help with one of them miraculously found a cell phone signal. If it was so difficult to find the signal, I bet they probably didn't catch a lot that was down there, which I agree with. Like, they're so lucky, like, nothing happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine there was a cave in, they had, like, no service to call it. Like, what would you do? Like, who would even know you're missing in a cave, right? Like, stupid kids. Missouri armed robbers lure victims to Pokestop. Oh, yeah, this is sad. Okay, so during the time of Pokemon Go when it first came out, if you guys didn't get a chance to see all those random news articles that went out, right, there was a lot of incidents of people being robbed while playing Pokemon Go. Vice versa, there was a lot of stories of people stumbling across crime scenes, stuff like that, while playing Pokemon Go. So, this case, it was a criminal. So, yeah, Missouri armed robbers lure victims to Pokestops. With new technology comes new problems. A group of four surrounding a secluded Pokestop in Missouri add a bunch of lures to it. This way to track a handful of players in the dead of night. What these unsuspecting victims didn't realize was that they were being ambushed by these men robbed at gunpoint. Fortunately, they were captured and apprehended and charged for the series of incidences. I mean, I get doing it, but like to stay in that spot and keep doing it, like that's pretty ballsy. And to assume that no one's gonna catch you. And this goes to my next conversation I was just saying, right? So, a woman finds a dead body instead of Pokemon. So, Shayla Wiggins, 19-year-old girl from Wyoming, just wanted to expand her collection of water Pokemon. Instead, she made a grisly discovery. As she approached a river near her home, she discovered the corpse of a man that was drifting in the water. Ooh. Lure them suckers. Tommy. Saudi Arabia, bans Pokemon Go. So, my God, so sorry about that. Pokemon Go is officially available in Saudi Arabia. It has stopped. It hasn't stopped the hordes of people downloading the game illegally. In response to the global Pokemon frenzy, the Middle East country clerics reintroduced a 2001 religious etiquette, known as fatwa. I hope I said that right. The etiquette was expanded to prohibit Pokemon Go throughout the region, in the belief that it promotes polytheism, and evolution. Tons of Pokemon appear at a Holocaust museum. Pokestops are often associated with landmarks and points of interest. Unfortunately, these don't always turn out to be the best place to pull out your phone and catch a Snorlax. The Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., for example, encountered the problem of several visitors playing the game instead of paying their respects. The museum had asked attendees not to play while visiting, and reached out to the game company so that it could be removed from the game. Yeah, I get that. That's actually kind of terrible. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I, Tommy, you're well educated in Pokemon Go. But from what I understand, usually Pokemon Go's like areas that they picked, right, were like heavily visited areas, right? So I mean, I get it. They probably didn't like do their proper research, but they just picked very popular landmarks in each province, state, country, whatever terminology you want to use. God damn it, Ash! Pay your respects. Um, I don't think this one is as accurate anymore because I think you said, Tommy, the level cap's gone beyond 40, right? But this one's I'll just read it. A player allegedly uses a bot to reach level cap. Pokemon Go player Raindrops, but it's spelled RA1NDR0PZ, claims that he is the first to hit the game's level cap of 40, and he allegedly did so by using a bot. According to Raindrops, you have to farm 5 million experience points to increase from level 39 to 40 in total. In total, 20 million experience are needed to get from first to the final level. 20 million! This game is ridiculous. While many are calling what he did cheating, you have to admit that's a pretty incredible amount of experience to retain on your own. No worries, my dude. Sorry, would you say, Tommy, that's why you want friends to get raid experience and experience vegetables? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the trick between to get the 20 million. I get you, Tommy. Um, sorry, Pizza, though, did you get a chance to play any games this past week?
Well, I've been playing like this. I've been playing this game called Series 10. Well, I guess the latest one. I've been trying to get the trip in a little arcade shooter, so been playing that for a little bit. It's fun. It's just old school shoot 'em up.
Yeah, Serious Sam is the one you said, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
wanted.
no pretty fun game though.
No, it's good to hear because I always wanted to try that one too. I was just saying earlier, right? Like I finally tried out Sunset Overdrive, and I was shocked. I was like, that game's really fun. I didn't expect it to be that way.
Oh yeah, that's the game that I still got to try that game. I've been seeing it on Game Pass for like since day one. I'm like, you know what? I need to play it, but when you have all these games on the list, kind of hard to choose what to play first.
So true, so true. I said that's kind of like the bad thing with Game Pass is there's just so many options on there that it takes you a while to come across these really good ones. If you ever played Jet Set Radio or Jet Set Radio Future, it's very similar to that. Like very you're grinding through the level and you're blasting aliens with these random guns and stuff like that. It's just stupid fun. It's honestly just a stupid fun game. Yeah. Um, Earlier we were just kind of going over some horror stories. So I was thinking for the month of October on the podcast, right? I was going to try to bring different horror stories each week. So this time I picked Pokemon. So if you're not familiar, right, we talked about the Lavender Town syndrome. where the creepy pasta story origin came from. Basically, like when people heard that music in the game, um, Japanese children would want to kill themselves. Um, and then there was in Pokemon X and Y, there was a mysterious ghost girl that would appear in the game and say that you are not the one. And there was like this entire story based around it. And when you tuned in, I was actually just kind of reading off some Pokemon Go stories that I came across. Oh, Lavender Town has a remix of Pokemon Go? That's neat, Tommy. And so surreal, so you say, buddy? I used 40 wishes on Genshin Impact, not a single 5-star character. Oh, that sucks, buddy. That's the worst. Yeah, where are we at here? Massachusetts man's home becomes a gym. A man from Massachusetts named Boone converted an old church into his home many years back. When he didn't realize, however, that it would be eventually turned into a Pokemon Go gym. Thankfully, in his case, he was a fan of the game, so it became a neat opportunity to meet fellow fans on his doorstep. This was all fine and good until players started to show up at his house at all hours of the night, which he kind of referred to as kind of creepy. I don't blame him. That would be kind of messed up. How weird is that though? Eh? Like he took a old church and he made that into his house. Like, damn, that's a wealthy individual. I imagine it'd be pretty expensive to one, purchase the church, and then two, pay the property taxes on that land. um, the next one I have here is several people are naming their babies after Pokemon. We can assume that people have been doing this for years, but with the recent release of Pokemon Go, there's a spike in babies' names inspired by Pokemon. Well, I can understand how it would be cute to name your child something like Eevee, which is in fact one of the most popular choices along with Onyx. Wow, Onyx and Eevee are the two popular choices to name your kids. I would personally feel bad for the kids that grow up with a name like Jigglypuff. Tommy, yeah. Let me have your gym. um, this one, okay, this one was just sad. Oh, sorry, pizza. I hope I didn't miss something from you. I know he says Mike was cutting in and out because of the rain. Sorry, pizza, if you were if it was cutting out on you. But yeah, this one I thought was the most sad, only because like in this scenario, I don't even know why you would be playing Pokemon Go because you're literally fighting for your life. So I'll read out the story. U.S. soldier captures a Squirtle on the front lines in Iraq. 26-year-old Louis enjoyed Pokemon Go like the rest of us, but the key difference is that he's a Marine Corps veteran, playing the game while fighting ISIS in Iraq. He posted pictures on his Facebook which shows him capturing a Squirtle on the job. Like, not only are you playing the game, but you're also posting it on Facebook where everyone has access to it. Like, you know what I mean? I, I'm not a military person, but I'm assuming you don't want to show people your location. You know what I mean? Like, just dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Hey, here we go. Two Canadians. Two Canadian players actually crossed the United States border illegally. A pair of teens were spotted by a U.S. Border Patrol agent as they actually crossed the U.S. border illegally while playing Pokemon Go. The two had been fixated on their phones and had no idea they were committing crimes as they walked from Alberta to Montana. Remember, pay attention to your surroundings, guys. Oh, first off, that's crazy that they crossed the goddamn border. Crazy Alberta. Boston was offering free rides to help players catch them all. During a weekend in mid-July, the car rental service Zipcar was offering chauffeured Guys, as good as that's going to get right now. Rides to customers that play Pokemon Go in Boston. Considering the amount of car accidents that have surrounded the game, it definitely isn't a bad idea. Plus, this was a great way to capture more critters quickly without being behind the wheel. Oh, no worries, Tommy. You have a wonderful evening. Like I said, I was just happy to read out some Pokemon Go stories to you. That one was just completely for you. I figured you'd enjoy some of those stories. And because you play the game, it's nice to hear your feedback on some of them. You have a wonderful night. Um, I will message you. We'll try to figure out something for a community night so we can play some more of those horror games together. And I actually think that was it. That was all the stories I found. Um, yeah. So those are my creepypasta Pokemon stories, and those were also the Pokemon Go horror stories that I came across. Some of them not so scary, right? Some of them were just like funny things that have happened or goofy things, and then some of them were a little more creepy. Yeah, I feel so bad. I hope Pizza wasn't trying to say something and I cut him off or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I don't think there was anything I missed for myself. It has been about an hour, so if Pizza's the only guest today, that's okay. This means to give you a quick, fast edit job for Mindful. Woohoo, baby! Yeah. So next week, hmm, I'm gonna put a poll on Twitter. I'm kind of leaning towards Super Mario because if you never looked them up before, Super Mario has some pretty good creepypasta stories to go over. Um, there is, okay, I don't want to butcher it because in case I'm wrong, but I believe one of them is in Pokemon Galaxy. There is a certain world you can visit where in the background there's these tall figures that are black and they're just watching you. And from what I understand, there's supposed to be another level with them in it, and like it kind of adds more to that dialogue, and then you can apparently, if you go through the files right of the actual game, they had their own special name in a folder, so it's almost like they had a purpose, but they got scrapped at the last minute. Woo! Young number 4. Okay. Yeah, so that's one of them. I know there's a lot more Super Mario ones, but I know that's like one of the big famous ones, kind of like how Lavender Town was for Pokemon. There is some really good Legend of Zelda ones. Again, another very big one that I know of is Ben Saves. And it's about, I believe it was the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, where a gentleman bought a used copy of that game cartridge, and when he went to pop it in, there was only one file available, and it was labeled Ben. And when he started to play it, bad things started to occur. But I'll leave that one for the mystery. Um, yeah, those are at least 3 altogether I know of: Lavender Town and Mario and Legend of Zelda. I know there's some other ones out there, but those are the 3 famous ones that I've heard since my childhood, pretty much at this point. Um, but yeah, it's not bad. I'm happy. It might be a short one today, but I think we hit the nail on the head as far as we had to go through. Oh, sorry. Biggest thing I possibly tell you guys is thanks to Marie, thanks to Cheyenne, thanks to Z-Chick, thanks to Peaswad, thanks to Jimmy. I was able to hit my September goal. So I will be eating a bucket chicken. We will get to that hopefully, like I said, mid July. Oh my god, that'd be way too long. Mid October, where I'll be sitting down and eating a bucket of Mary Brown's spicy chicken, with one nice piece, thanks to Jimmy. Um, I think, like I said, because I don't know, Marie kind of put it in a good way. I never thought of it that way, when she compared meat to bone ratio, and I don't know if that's made me feel more cocky about this, or I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can eat that much chicken because it might be a different story when I start pounding back the protein. Um, but in the rare case that I don't think it's good enough, I will add a little extra spice to it, just to kind of make the challenge a little bit funnier, and just to see Mindful, cry, snot, everything else on stream. Yeah, we're all we'll hopefully be able to do that in the next couple weeks. I don't want to wait as long as I did with the Whopper challenge because that one took way too long to complete. I want to get this one done within this month. So yeah, hopefully we can take care of that pretty gosh darn soon. Um, yeah, you know what? That's it, folks. I'm happy with this. Let's wrap it up. Let's make this a fast edit job this week for Mindful so that we can pump these out as quick as possible and get back up to date again. One last time, Pizza. Thank you so much for stopping in. I do apologize if Discord cut you off or it was just hard to talk tonight. Um, always miss out talking with you, buddy. So hopefully we can catch up next week. And for everybody else, you just have a beautiful evening now. Bye.